When they first announced the remaster for Dead Rising, I thought to myself, wow, especially with today's technology, they can do some great improvements to this game. It's the same. Why is it the same? Other than some of the genuine improvements they made to this game, it honestly feels like they shouldn't have done this. Because there's too little improvements to really say that this may be the definitive edition. It honestly is not, and the original is easily accessible in today's consoles and on PC. Especially since they dumbed down the difficulty to abysmal levels to where everybody's a cakewalk to defeat. Now, I'm not saying that the remaster is utter garbage compared to the original, but there's some design choices I'm just like, why did they do this? Now, when I first started this game up excitedly, I started seeing weird things like pop-ins from the side, and I thought to myself, that's kind of weird, maybe it's just this section. But as we go into the mall, into the open section inside the middle of the mall, you start to see zombies popping in from the distance, and it just seems kind of weird, because is this what they were talking about by keeping true to the original, by having the same pop-in with today's technology? Nonetheless, with the RE engine, this engine is absolutely beautiful and it's very versatile, but it can't handle far distant zombies. One of my biggest disappointments in this game is the fact that they didn't open up the mall to where you can just seamlessly go from different sections of the mall without having to load in. It should have been easy. It should have been a cakewalk, especially with today's technology and the RE engine being as good as it is. Why didn't we do this? Why did we keep the loading screens? And the loading screens aren't even as good as when they had the original ported over to the PC. And here's the original that was ported over to PC. Look at that. It was extremely fast, right? Now here is the remaster version that just recently came out. It's still going. Look, that's abysmal. So when it comes to the NPCs or the AI in this game, it's still really bad, and I can't understand why they decided to keep this. Now they did make some improvements to it, like you can give them something that they're asking for, it'll pop up above their head and it'll make them slightly better. But you're not really going to be holding on to them long enough for them to be even useful. So my question is, why did they keep the NPCs the same when they could have just made them better and less frustrating? And I kind of already knew this was going to happen, because when they showed these stairs off during like the reveal of Dead Rising, I had a really big suspicion that they didn't fix the AI, because there would be no point for them to put these stairs there if they fixed the AI. Oh, and would you look at that, the AI is still really fucking awful.
Come on!
Now it's time to talk about the more controversial things that were taken out of the game. First off, Cliff saying Viet Cong, that's no longer there.
Oh yeah, I know why. It's because you're a mole!
Oh yeah, I know why. It's because you're Viet Cong.
To be honest, it's not that big of a deal. Same thing with the butcher changing his look. He clearly has Asian descent, so it's not really that big of a deal. Also, the original design is hella creepy.
Come on!
And then the erotica tag taken out. To be honest, I do believe there is actually one YouTuber that explains it perfectly.
Kind of get why it was removed, because the idea of erotica tagging literal zombies and corpses that happen to have cleavage or upskirts in the photo, it's kind of weird. Even argue that it's extremely creepy for Frank's character to be tagging the photos like that. I mean, he scores them, right? Who else would in this context? And by that extension, taking erotica photos of alive people is also creepy and weird. But from a comedy standpoint, come on guys, it was funny. The tag also relates to Kent, our rival photographer. This is where their decision to exclude the tag should have made them take a step back and rethink things. Kent is a prick. That is established at breakneck speed. In the original, he takes a pervy shot of some girl who clearly doesn't know he's taking this photo. He's a total creep. But then, Kent challenges you to take a pic even sexier than that. Kent is skeevy, egotistical, and perverted. So losing the tag and changing the rules of his side objective takes away from his personality, and that kinda sucks. What sucks even more are the new cutscenes.
Now this is my funniest shot.
Why does he still talk the same way? It doesn't work if the photo's just supposed to be funny. And of course, the photo challenge going from erotica to comedy, or outtake, makes the later cutscene even dumber. Why is he still reacting like that? He should be laughing or something. Instead, he still looks like a teenager that just found a Playboy out in the woods.
If you want to check out his full video, it'll be in the link in the description. I highly suggest you check it out, it's a great video. One of my biggest complaints from the original game were these prisoners that constantly respawn regardless of you killing them. They kept that in the remaster, and I do not know why, because they are the only bosses that respawn, and it is annoying when they constantly drive around and hit you. It doesn't make any sense how you can kill them and come back. Why did they keep it this way? The sound design in this game is also kind of absent, because now you don't really hear the groans of the zombies, you kind of just hear nothing. I understand that Carlito said everybody's quiet because it's like they're dead or some shit like that, but it doesn't make the game any less eerie. It kind of is just weird and awkward. What made it more eerie was hearing the groans of the amount of zombies that are coming.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Now this is really disappointing coming from Capcom because they've been doing some really great things, especially with the remakes of Resident Evil, but it's really sad to see that they put in very little effort when it came to remastering this game. Regardless how good this does, hopefully Dead Rising 2 will get remade or remastered or something like that, because it's definitely the one out of all of them that deserves it. In the end, I can only hope that Dead Rising 2 will get treated better than this game.